Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for coming to our meeting today. This is our second meeting of the month of August. Roll call.
Alderman Chapman,
Present.
Alderman Cunningham,
Here.
Alderman Wilson,
Present.
Alderman Dubose.
Present.
She's on the call. Alderman Chastain.
Here.
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 And we have a quorum.
Thank you. Alderman Chambers, all gentlemen, we have agenda for this. This is the agenda, if you would. You want to add to the agenda public comments by Mr. Alfred Lee on amend the wording of the consent agenda 4.6. Alderman Chambers requested that we remove item 4.8 and 4.9. Main agenda.
Five point seven and 5.8.
Again,
Well, 4.8 become 5.7. 5.7, 4.9, 5.8.
okay. We're gonna add consent agenda 4.11. And with just compensation. We're gonna add the consent agenda 4.12. Memorandum of understanding with Chevron. 4.13. Consent agenda. Close of administrative office. Going to remove item on the main agenda 5.3. We're going to add to the main agenda 5.5 with an explanation from the chief. Add to the main agenda 5.6. Dealing with the T-Mobile South. I get a motion to accept the agenda with those changes. So move. Second. Say aye. Aye. Ayes have it.
Aye.
Good afternoon, everyone. No stranger to this board and in front of this August panel of people. I'd like to introduce for our devotional, the sweetest lady I know is my mother-in-law. Of course, I don't get any points for that. To lead us in devotional, Dr. Reverend Ann Pickett Park. Thank you.
So good to be here, and thank you, Tim,
All
for
right.
that. Thank you for asking me one more time. You know, some young folk here, but that's okay. God gives me for anybody and everybody. I want to read from Philippians 3:12. Not that I already obtained all this. To take hold of the fact of this Christ you. Oh, me. And that's from Philippians 3rd chapter. Life is a series of lessons to learn and goals to reach. You know, sometimes our trials may seem unclear, and the lessons life may be unresolved. In times of uncertainty, keep on pushing forward and trust that your life is beautiful, amazing. how young you are. And it's to be first. Believe in yourself because you're God's creation. Believe in your job. Everything. Honest work. Believe in the opportunity to serve God. Believe in your family. Everybody. Believe in your family. Create harmony. And the efforts by working together. Believe in your neighbor. Who's your neighbor? Everybody should are an important ingredient of a happy life. Believe in the present. Yesterday is gone, and tomorrow never comes. Believe in God's promise. He means it. He tells us that He is with us always. And believe in His mercy. Definitely believe in God's mercy. Since God forgives you, you can forgive yourself. And you can always try again tomorrow. If something didn't work today, you got a chance to try again tomorrow. I found this poem and I love, and all of it is anonymous. I can't give anybody credit. And I won't take the credit, but I would love to. You're writing your story every day. No matter what else you're doing, from cradle days through to the end, you're writing your life's secret story. Each day sees another page in. Each month ends a 30-page chapter. Each year means the end of a part. And never in stated, nor ever a wish from the heart. Each day, when you wait, the book opens, revealing a page clean and what colors and what words actions will cover its certain. Well, God leaves that to you. You're the writer, and never one word shall grow dim. Till someday you write the word finish. Give your life book back to Him. Let us pray. Lord, your name is truly much in all the earth. God, I pray for this meeting tonight. Give the board members wisdom and guidance as they deliberate on the items before them. May every decision practice your sight for our benefit with your glory. Lord, may everyone present seek your help to learn to love the uncertainties and triumphs, the works and progress that you are completing in their lives. Oh Lord, for these blessings, we give you all the praise, all the honor, and the glory. It's in the name of Jesus Christ we do pray.
Amen.
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Item number 2 on our agenda presentation, we have a recognition of our summer series partners, Escataway Baptist Church, presented by Donna Joseph, our Park and Recs Director. And we'll also have recognition of our All-Star Championship winner. 8U team, presented by our Parks and Recs Director, it's Donna Joseph. Okay.
Good evening, everyone. For the mayor and the board of Alderman and Alderwoman Chambers, and to each of you, we just wanted today to present two special recognitions. We want to start out with our baseball league. You know, they're eager and ready. They want to walk on up. So let's give them. We're trying to get on up there. So this particular group of young people, they represented the city of Moss Point in the Mississippi Diamond Youth Baseball AU State Tournament. And I understand that it's been about 10 years since we've had a team to go to the state tournament and actually win the game. So let's give them. And we want to recognize our players, and we do have coaches who are here with us today. And so this particular certificate says youth baseball certificate of recognition. The certificate is proudly presented as congratulations on your accomplishments in the 2024 Mississippi Diamond Youth Baseball 8U State Tournament.
Congratulations, James. Grace. Graham. Marty. Murray. Elos Johnson. Dr. Johnson. Nolan Simpson. Ledrick Brown. Carson. Left.
Of course, it's football season, but there are a couple of the players who are out at football practice. They're just multi-talented. We also want to recognize the coaches this evening. We have Deion Simpson, Barry Glaud, JoJo Butler, and Ladarius Johnson. And then Mayor Ward, if we may, if there are any parents in the audience, parents or grandparents, wave your hands if you're standing, you can't do it without you. I believe that our varsity program is in good hands. If we got teams that are going to state, and I do believe that we have a bright future with the Moss Point Tigers. So let's give them another round. It's Jessica Hill and Miss Danielle Odom as the team home. You 8U state tournament players, Moss Point Diamond Youth Baseball.
Good job, guys.
Good job, coaches.
It was only two girls.
Yo.
How y'all go football now? All right, good job. Good job. Good job.
We have one final presentation. It is involving our River City Summer Series. If you did not know, the Sioux Allen Recreation Facility sustained damages from the tornado. And so we are still in the recovery process, but I tell you, this particular partner stepped up this summer to be able to help us get our summer activities done. Over at their gym, they had children everywhere. We even had some of our coaches to go over and volunteer for our summer camp, our basketball camp, and I think that they really deserve a special round of applause, and it's Escataba Baptist Church.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So,
Yes.
my wife Sarah, Debbie Oliver, Robert.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So much.
Thank y'all.
Yes.
Comment.
Oh, well, I'm sure. We're just glad to be part of River City, and we want to do everything we can to support our young people. And we've got more ahead. We're working together. We're going to keep seeing things on the up and up. I believe we've got a bright future ahead of us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good.
Thank you so much for your patience. We're down to our second part of our presentation. But having for department heads, we're down to discussions of among the reports. Any questions? And a motion to accept the amount of reports.
So move.
Second. Motion by Alderman Chapman, second by Alderman Wilson. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Ayes have it.
Aye.
Down to number 3, public comments. Mr. Alfred Lee. Board members, you have a copy in your package that we copied for this, just the application. I think that Mr. Lee is going to talk about. Want to hear his presentation, and we got 3 minutes.
All right, I want to thank the mayor for inviting me to come, present my idea, to the board of aldermen. My name is Alfred Lee. I'm a native of Mars Point. Grew up here, graduated in 91, went in the Army, came back in 2014. I saw this Gulf Futures Initiative, challenge for coastal cities that's on the Gulf, and I saw there's an opportunity for Mars Point to get ahead of the industry as far as going green. Mars Point is a location where we have a lot of opportunity, and this opportunity could come from Chevron, it could come from Southern companies, but as we know, with the green initiative that the United States government is going to, with the EPA funding money and the Justice Party initiative, there's a great opportunity for Mars Point to receive funding from the EPA. But we need to design a path forward on how this city is going to function and what industries are we attempting to attract into this area. Since we have some energy companies in the area and they have to go green, I think that this is a perfect opportunity for us to at least submit a plan or a proposal to get the 2 companies that are here talking about their green initiative that Mars Point could benefit from it. So I presented it to the mayor. He stated that we need to present it to the board because it is in grant. So we would need to receive your approval before we could actually get the ball rolling with that. as I stated, the mayor has, gave you a copy of the application, for the Gulf Futures Challenge. And the three things that they're hitting on are energy transition, environmental restoration, and community resilience. As I stated, Mars Point meets all of the criteria for it. With the energy transition, we could do solar farms, or we could use for the municipal buildings and public buildings. We could cut back and try to use solar panels for green energy. That's the way of the future, and that will hopefully get our city to become an energy hub. Not just those things, but this entire proposal that we're gonna that we would like to submit on behalf of the city to get some funding in here for the city for that initiative. Are there any questions?
What we will do, Mr. Lee, is forward this application to our grant writer.
Sir.
And I'd have her to give you a call. Also, you did talk to Ms. Margot Poston, right?
Yes, sir.
And, so we'll get the three of you all together, see whether or not there's something the city can support. They'll bring it back to the board, and once the board approves that, after we get advice from our writer,
Yes, sir.
we'll go forward.
Okay, also the suspense, so the deadline to submit the grant is on the 20th of September. So we have 30 days from today. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Thank you. Well, Mr. Is that Al Worth? Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, board. Good afternoon, Mayor. So I'm here today, a little bit about myself. I'm gonna try to be quick because I got 3 minutes. But I'm originally from Birmingham. I've been living on the coast since 2012. I'm a veteran, so I've been living in Jackson County. So I'm a part of a group called it's the Coast of the Outreach, Community Outreach of the Coast. And so what we're trying to do is we're trying to establish youth violence and conflict resolution seminars, and I'm trying to bring them here to Moss Point. It's cost efficient. It's not really anything that's gonna cost the city anything. It's more so to raise awareness and how to deal with conflict with the youth. All the way, like in the spirit of the young 8 youth, all the way from high school to adolescents. So what we're trying to do is reach the youth. We're trying to get them biblical solutions. Like the sister had brought out a couple of scriptures, our praises, and we're trying to bring out biblical solutions to the youth on how to deal with each other. And it's not just for the youth, it's for the parents, it's for the teachers. We're trying to reach city councilmen, mayors, we already reached out to Jackson County Fire, Jackson County Sheriff, and we're trying to bring it together. And I'm looking at a couple of locations. I might have to do it in Baycott, is what I was thinking, but I really want to do it in Moss Point. I'm just looking for something that's a little cost efficient, that's affordable. And so basically we're trying to have a seminar. We're going to have drinks and things like that. We're going to have keynote speakers. Anybody that's dealing with the youth, educators, especially educators, principals, people in the community that actually care about the community, care about the future and the youth. So this is a great opportunity to bring awareness to conflict resolution, and actually have a resolution for the people that they can see in real time. So that's what we're doing. We already established it. We're like global. We're really global, but down here in this region, we got a place in Mobile, as well as Birmingham, as well as New Orleans. And so what we do, we go around and set up these conflict resolutions, we raise awareness, and we also invite vendors as well to kind of guide people in the right direction if they probably need help with finances or violence in the home, anything, domestic violence, anything of that nature as well. So that's what we're trying to do, trying to raise awareness and trying to get everybody on board. That's what I got going on. I spoke to Ms. Stigman earlier. I went to the event that was on the 15th. I seen some of you faces, but it was kind of busy and whatever. So this was a good opportunity for me to present it to y'all in front of the board. present some ideas, let y'all know what I'm trying to do. I already got the ball rolling on it. We can get any kind of support, whether it be a building, whether it be, if one of y'all could, come and speak as a keynote speaker, that'd be great. So, just a little bit of time, it's probably like a 2-hour event, and, we're gonna come with some dope solutions for the
Thank you for coming.
sir. Thank you.
Those are all the public comments I have, down to the consent agenda, with the exception of item 4.8 and 4.9. Can I get a motion to accept the consent agenda?
Accept.
Second. Motion by Alderman Chapman, second by Alderman Wilson.
Mayor, I had one item there that I missed, overlooked. Did you say remove 4.5?
To the 4.8, 4.9.
4.9, okay. I'd just like to ask that we also move 4.5. Apologize for that.
Alderman also acting 4.5 be moved down to
Here, I'm gonna add it to, that's 5.9 when I'm reading it, that's okay.
Thank you.
Okay, we got a motion to accept with the exception of 4.8 and 4.9, 4.5. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And agenda.
Main agenda 5.1, approve decline the memorandum of understanding for purchase of property outside of the city limits, but within the Escatawba Utility District. There's several items, you should have a copy of each, which would be the MOU, the resolution for the purchase contract, the joint petition for cancellation that would go to the PSC, and a resolution for the sale of the area. And this is being submitted by Mayor Knight.
Motion to approve.
Second motion with, one correction, Mr. Mayor.
Say it again.
Second.
Yeah.
With,
The motion by Alderman Lennon, second by Alderman Chapman.
yes, sir. I have a second, but the reference purchase of property. We had an earlier discussion on that, and I think we changed that to infrastructure, did we not? There was some confusion.
That was not a discussion with me.
That in one of our previous discussions when we discussed it.
I think it's referring to the property, which is the infrastructure in all pieces. It's not talking about land.
I understand.
Along the land.
I'm well aware of that. My point is the reference property created some confusion in our last discussion, and we clarified it as not being property per se. We referred to it as part of the utility infrastructure. Ms. Chambers brought up that reference.
Mayor, if I may respond, the infrastructure is property. And I think Alderman Chapman probably just wants that clarified, and I agree, but if anybody's confused about it, but just like your car is property, this is property. It's just not dirt, it's property.
Excuse me, I'm on, Mayor, infrastructure is your work that you're doing up under the ground. It's not the ground itself. It's not the property itself. Infrastructure is what you're doing up under your ground. If I'm wrong, then correct me.
You're not wrong on what infrastructure is, but infrastructure is property. Those types is property. If you have real property and you have personal property, and
Structure.
piece of property, I mean, this is worded correctly legally. I don't know how else to address that.
Mayor, I think the question is making sure that it's not land.
We don't own the land, so we can't sell something we don't own. We own the goods under the land that transfer the water and the sewer. So that's what we're selling. And the certificate, the right to serve that area, that's what's being transferred. That's the property.
Is this the piece of property that we got the certificate on?
It's a portion of that property, yes, ma'am. This is the portion outside the city limits that we had the meeting on, the work session on last month.
We acquired this piece of property, a certificate on this piece of property. I don't remember which year, but Wayne, you should remember when we did this with Mayor Broomfield, got the certificate on that piece of property. If I make no mistake, we paid, correct me if I'm wrong, $3 million for that piece of property to get it. Ma'am,
To me, we didn't pay anything.
we didn't pay anything? Okay, thank you.
We reached a settlement, but we don't own the property.
We did acquire the certificate on it though.
We did. We had the certificate, which would give us the right to serve the people in that area. That's what happened back and started in Mayor Zadell and finished in Mayor Broomfield.
Okay, okay.
Alderman Chapman. Alderman Chapman.
Yes, sir.
Dick, are you clear?
I'm clear. I've been clear all along, but I know we had that discussion and it was some confusion. And I was basically trying to make sure that in the future, we don't have that confusion.
Well, vote on it.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Straight. All right. So we have a motion by Alderman Little, and a second by Alderman Chapman. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays?
Nay.
Ayes have it.
Okay, Mayor, we moved to 5.2, approve decline of memorandum of understanding between Jackson County and the city of Moss Point for housing prisoners of the city, by said prisoners in the Jackson County ADC at a rate of $55 per day, submitted by Mayor Billy Knight. Just for everybody's information, the increase in the rate to $55 a day came from, I think, $35 per day right now. Last year's inmate count, the number of days it would, so we're looking at, with the new rate increase, we're looking at $120,000 for this year's budget from 2023 total of $75,000, so about a $35,000 increase. They're doing this to all of the cities in Jackson County. I don't know if any of you saw the press release last night from WXXV that said the county is no longer taking Moss Point's inmates. It's incorrect. We had an interlocal that had no deadline, and ours was different than every other city in Jackson County. So the county wanted all the contracts to be consistent. So every city, you may notice in the sample you have, it says Pascagoula. He just changed one, and that it will be the exact same for every city. It's been negotiated down from, they started at $80 per inmate, and we got down to $55. The only thing that the other cities are still questioning is under 10 defensive actions and lawsuits. The first sentence reads, the city shall be responsible for any liability or damages of any type which may arise from any act or omission of the city or its staff, administrators, employees, officers, and or prisoners. None of us are real comfortable for being responsible for the acts of our prisoners. I get that the county doesn't want to be either. And it may be that that's just what it is, and we have to suck it up to be able to use the ADC. But I would like for us to approve tonight with the understanding that if that gets changed based on other cities' negotiation, that we would request ours to be changed as well.
Just like that, chief or deputy chief, do we have we don't have an alternative. Do we have any place to take our inmates if we don't do this agreement? Okay.
And Mayor, I know that some of the cities have reached out to George County and Harrison County to get pricing. But I think once you figured out the time that the officers would be away for traveling to get there, the gas, it just really was a wash, and it would be terrible to have that nice facility here and us not utilize it. So I've explained to the county our position this year. They're going to work with us, as you know, as much as they can, but they couldn't give us one rate and let everybody else have another rate.
Well, not to try to influence any kind of votes, but I don't understand how we could think about going to someone place when the county.
Yeah.
Unless we're trying to work with the county. How are we, and they're reasonable with their pricing? We have to drive our inmates somewhere else.
They have not gone up on rates in a very long time, so it's not that much of an increase. You know, we didn't really need it this year, but it is.
I have a question or comment about this whole situation. I didn't understand the purpose of that report last night and how Moss Point ended up on the hook like that. That made us look very bad.
It was extremely bad.
And that is not correct.
I reached out to Supervisor Ross, who they quoted in it, and Troy said he even explained to them this was just step one and we were going to be reaching an agreement. It would be on our agenda, but they didn't print any of that. So it looks like we just got kicked out of the ADC, and that couldn't be further from the truth. As soon as it came across, I sent it to the mayor. I'm like, nobody respond. This is wrong.
I get freedom of press and all that stuff, but
It's just wrong.
we can't be able just to take that. That'd be the.
Well, and I had intended, I told Tricia to pull this from the agenda today because we were still negotiating on the prisoner language, but I asked her to go ahead and add it back because of the article that came out last night. Just so that everybody knows that we're safe and our inmates have a place to go. And then allow me to just continue the negotiation with the other cities are successful there.
Well, Mayor, I think the same way WXXV put it on there, they need to come back and correct it. Because it did make Morris Point look bad.
I agree. We'll make sure that they get the MOU that we entered into tonight.
Amy, would you suggest some additional wording in there then? Since you're talking about being subject to further negotiations by the other cities or something like that.
That's the only possible.
Would that need to be in the motion is what I'm saying?
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, you don't have to do it. If they change something for the other city, it's gonna get changed in ours. I just want y'all to be aware that the only thing that could possibly change, we could put in the motion, is some rewording of the prisoners. I don't see it really changing, but the other cities are still.
Is there some timeline on proving this?
Yeah, we need to approve it because they're gonna quit taking our inmates like soon. So we need to have another agreement in place so there's no disruption in services. There's no risk in approving this tonight as stated. You're fine, we're fine.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Question?
Second.
Second. Both your honor levels. Gonna have. Any other question? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ladies. Ayes have it.
Mayor, we removed 5.3, to go to 5.4, approve decline and request to hire Tracy Williams as a contractual host in the role of fitness coach for Parks and Recreation submitted by Don Joseph, Director of Parks. Rec.
Question.
Oh, no.
Question.
Oh, yes.
On this,
Mike.
Ms. Young, this is a simple question. How will she be paid and what will her salary be?
It's paid out and just like all the other hosts that we have, the sheriff host, particular position is $10 an hour. And it comes from the revenue that is generated from the program itself.
Gotcha. Good, clear. I'm good on that.
Donna, can you tell me exactly how many contractual workers do you have?
This one would make 6.
And you
No.
have enough in your budget to pay them? Since we running so far behind, do you have enough in your budget to hire somebody at this particular time?
The contractual workers actually work on an as-needed basis. And so with this particular position, it works pertaining to that particular season and the revenue that's generated from that program goes to pay the actual fee for this person. It's a travel position, not full-time, part-time. So that's basically how this will work.
Thank you.
The other comment I would make in reference to this, well, we're not doing it now. The only comment I would make to Ms. Joseph, in as much as we are concerned about our financial status, and even though we know that funding is restricted funding, still need to be mindful of the positions that we are employing. Because we need to make sure that we're hiring people in positions that is absolutely necessary. And when you look at a fitness coach versus somebody mowing grass, we really need somebody to mow grass because that's the season we're in and it's raining a lot. So when you make decisions about who you're going to hire,
That's right.
because we're in this financial situation, you have to make sure that your perception is not that we're just hiring people because we can, but we hire people because we absolutely need them to do a job. Even though you've got the restricted funds to do that, you still have to be careful about the perception that might be sitting. And so I would ask you to just be careful. You recommend hiring somebody, think about the reception and also do we really need them at this time for what they're going to be doing. It's something else you could be using.
Mayor, to clarify, we did go into approve, the board has approved the fitness center. At that particular time, of course, it was in demand. So this particular person is replacing that person does not have the availability that they had. So this particular person is replacing that capacity. But we are already in the process of getting a second person for the grass cutting. So the second was done, so in consideration to what the budget looks like and to what the need is.
Mayor, I just had one more point of clarification. Donna, thank you for the thorough answer. I appreciate that. I think it's helped a lot. Just want to, I can't see you because this thing's between us. I'm sorry, but so you're saying people will come to the fitness classes, they pay to participate, and those fees will pay the coach. But this salary, this contract salary is not coming out of 2% or out of the general fund. Okay, I think that's what we need to clarify. Thank you, Donna.
Motion. Is it board?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion Alderman Chester, second Alderman Chapman. Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nay.
So, item 5.5, just notes it's on your amendment handout for, approved decline or request to purchase a 2021 Chevrolet Colorado at a price of $21,000 from Canon Nissan to be paid from insurance claim payout submitted by Raymond Ashley to the police.
The same thing, Deputy Chief, again, I just want our public to know that the funds that we're spending is not funds that we don't have, or it's affecting our general fund in a way. So this is about an accident that was wrecked and you got insurance money and explain that, please.
Was involved in an accident that was no fault of our loss. This is the actual payout from insurance, the insurance company. No money coming from us, no money coming from my insurance company. 100% paid for by the person who struck out the insurance company, and all the funds are coming from.
Mayor, believe it or not, an animal control officer is essential to your day-to-day operations in your city. Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion Alderman Wilson, second by.
None of them had something to say. None of them had something to say.
Good, you good? I did have a question. So, Chief, just again, for clarification, because for every reason the mayor's already said. So, speaking to the clerk before the meeting, and you, 6,000 is already in hand for this truck? Or I may have it reversed, but some amount of cash is already in hand. The remainder is coming from the insurance, and they've agreed to pay the full 21.
That's correct.
So
We had to, they sent us 6,000 plus, I don't know the exact amount, but the total was 21,000 and something. But they billed us 6,000 and the other 15,000 will come once they receive the title and the W-9 form from the city of Mossville. They're gonna pick the vehicle up from the dealership that's that happened. And the city will be done.
All the funds are coming to the insurance.
Yeah, insurance company, not from-
So those funds are coming next week or next month or?
No, they'll be here. As soon as they receive it, they'll show it in the check. So within 2 weeks.
Usually, however.
Yes.
So are we gonna pay any of that in advance and then get it back from the insurance, or we're gonna wait? They're gonna let us pay for it when we get the check. We're just that tight. Serious,
No money.
not even in advance. Okay, thank you.
There was a motion,
Yeah.
Alderman Wilson, second by Alderman Cunningham. Is there any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Ayes have it.
Right, 5.6, approve decline an agreement from the city of Lost Point and T-Mobile South LLC to allow T-Mobile South LLC to rent, locate, and operate a temporary antenna facility at 3801 Palmetto Street, Lost Point, Mississippi, from October the 1st, 2024 until September 30th, 2025, at a monthly rate of $1,200, submitted by Mayor Reese.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Cunningham, Chastain, second by Alderman Chapman.
Mayor, can she explain that again? I didn't quite understand that. I didn't quite understand what Amy said was.
It's an agreement with the city and T-Mobile South for them to be able to operate a temporary antenna at 3801 Palmetto Street between October 1st of 24 until September 30th of 25, and they're going to pay a monthly rate of $1,200.
Thank you.
Yes. I had a question when you're ready. Just want to clarify these funds, this $1,200 per month, or maybe we need to stipulate that this goes to the general fund.
You asked the question, could it? Yeah.
This will go to the general fund.
Yeah.
The property is at the water plant, but these funds will go to the general fund.
Yeah, this is a lease payment, franchise type payment that would be considered general.
Thank you.
So, well, when funds like this come in, you know, you can put them wherever you want to. They're not restricted. You put them where they want to. So the general fund is where they're needed.
I agree, and I support that wholeheartedly. I just wanted to make sure they were not restricted, since it is that property at the water plant. So we're good there. That's great. That's $14,400 for the general fund. Hey, that's a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's a good thing. You know, I don't mean to think I was questioning. I just wanted to make sure we know where the money's going.
Any other question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
All right, now jumping back to the items that were removed off of the consent agenda. We'll start with 4.8, which is now 5.7. Approved decline a request by Jose Lopez for special exception to allow a restaurant to serve beer, mixed drinks, alcohol in a C2A Main Street district located at 3512 Main Street, Moss Point. Submitted by Marcus Catchart, Director of Jackson County Department, approved by the Planning Commission on August the 12th. And this is in Alderman Dubus' ward.
Motion to approve.
Second. Motion by Alderman Chastain, second by Alderman. Yes. Alderman. Any question?
Alderman Dubose, where is this located?
This is in the Southgate shopping area.
Oh, okay, I got you. Thank you.
Ward 4, in the old Wards building, but that's so gone and antiquated. Look, them damn burger spot recently.
Yes.
And Old Williams and Son, liquor store.
Your Mexican restaurant? It does.
It's a new Mexican restaurant that's coming in. And what I don't have a problem with is the fact that they have a liquor store in that same shopping area. So I didn't see a conflict.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Abstain.
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Okay, Mayor, 5.8, which is for reference is 4.9 on the consent agenda. Define a request by John Q. McGee for a change in zoning district from C3 highway commercial to R1B single family residential district located on Gregory Street, submitted by Marcus Hatchett. Plans approved by the Planning Commission on August 12th, 24, and this is in Alderman Cunningham's ward.
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion by Alderman Cunningham to approve, second by Alderman Chastain. Any questions?
No, I'm good.
Chambers, you asked that this be moved. You have a question?
I did, but I was wondering why was we changing the zoning on it? Was a business getting ready to come or residential, or why was we changing it? But I mean, look like I got so many questions tonight until I really didn't want to go into it.
Mayor, the applicant intends to build a house on the property. Of course, this property does not abut the highway, so it really doesn't make sense for highway commercial. So if they're asking for it to be back residential like all the rest of the neighborhood there. If the applicant wants to build a house, he could build a house in the C2 district. It's got to be a residential district.
Thank you, Ms. Cox.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Okay, the next, 5.9, which was 4.5 on the consent agenda, approved the final request for Jackson County as a sponsor and donor in the amount of $500 for the 7th annual Paddle for Cause paper float on September 14th, 2024, submitted by Tricia Dickham, City Clerk. The sponsorship will bring favorable advertisement and notice to the city of Moss Point and will be paid from community promotions.
Mayor, I only asked this to be moved so that you or someone could just clarify that, because we're watching every dime right now, and this is another $500 we're giving away. It may appear that we are, but partnering with the county to help the animal shelter is a bargain for us because it saves us money actually, because we don't have a lot of funds available for animal control. And I just thought you might want to clarify that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lynn.
Any other comments?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Alderman Wilson, second by Alderman Cunningham, Chapman. Cunningham. Any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Mayor, I think that concludes the agenda. If my notes are accurate from all the moving around. Sorry. Not discussion, non-executive session, non-food adjournment.
Let me just make a comment here. I want to thank Dr. Utility Authority for being here tonight, and thank you for your work and carrying us to this point, and appreciate your partnership. For taking our representatives and attorney. Coleridge, thank you for coming tonight. Talking to you on Thursday night. Thank you all for being there. So who is Eric? Thank you so much for your support and getting us to this point. Working. Whatever work needs to go forward, make this transition. Ready to work, we're going to do that. Comments?
To adjourn.
To adjourn, all in favor, say aye. Ayes have it.